Hamzat, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people perhaps thought that when your servant, Governor Sanwo-Olu, came into office, the first thing you did is to bring up a law to restrict or ban Okada riders. I guess it's a misconception. True or false?
Well, I mean, it is a misconception. The truth of the matter is it's a law that's been in existence since 2012. It was revised by the past administration in 2018. So it's a law that has been there for like 9, 10 years. So what it says very clearly is that on certain roads, all the bridges and major highways, Okada and Keke Napep are restricted from plying those. So we all know that it was not implemented. So what we are doing is to implement the law that the House of Assembly passed. And remember, the process of passing a law, it takes days. So people came. And before we did that, it's not that we just woke up and just banned it. So it's about security of lives. We have 27 general hospitals in Lagos. 27 general hospitals. We have close to 3,000 private hospitals, but let's look at just the general hospitals. On the average, on a monthly basis, on the average, 28 deaths related to Okada.
Wow.
So we cannot as a government. So is it that people's life don't matter?
These accidents related
to Okada directly.
Yeah. For a lot of people who perhaps are wondering what Okada is, Okada is
the
motorcycle.
The motorcycle,
and,
yes.
The Keke is the tricycle.
The tricycle, yes.
So, yeah. So, on the average, monthly in Lagos,
yes,
at almost 30 deaths.
General hospitals.
Just one in the general hospitals in Lagos.
We have 27 of them.
And these are related to just motorcycles?
Just motorcycles. So, and then issue of crime. So we now found out that the tricycle and the Okada now is now the vehicle for transporting drugs even to our schools. So the security of our lives, the prosperity of our children, we cannot just ignore it.
So this is an intelligence that is gotten from the security agencies?
Exactly. NDLEA is a federal agency. It's not government, Lagos State government agency. The report is clear. So we cannot, as a state government, see this data and say it's not important. So the essence, first of all, is to make sure that everybody that resides in Lagos is secure. And then we said, look, how can we do this in a manageable way? The essence is not to punish anybody. The essence is not to restrict people from doing any job. But you have to be alive before you can make money. The reality is people are dying. The reality is the security of our children is being compromised. So government must act, and that's exactly what we did.
Is it
in
true?
The interest of the people.
Is it true, Deputy Governor? We are hearing also, because there was an incident on the 30th of August 2019, where a truck load of motorcycles and about 300 people was apprehended in Lagos. And the police at that moment arrested them and took them and interrogated them. A lot of them said they were looking for greener pasture. At that time, there were rumors around town that there were influx of Boko Haram or some terrorist element into Lagos. Could there be any iota of truth in some of the fact that the action of government is related into reducing or curbing or chasing out terrorists out of Lagos?
Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is this mode of transportation is becoming an avenue to perpetuate crime. And then we cannot wait until major disaster happens. So we know what happened in Kano State some years back when the emir of Kano was attacked through this mode of transportation. So is it that our lives are not important? Our lives are important. And therefore, so that particular incident that you mentioned, yes, it is true. But all the police commissioner then did was to say, let's even know who these people are, where they're coming from. There are some people that had knives. There are some people that had guns. So if you are interested in riding Okada, why do you need a gun? Why do you need a knife? So those people that had, not every one of them, but those that had were arrested, and then, of course, they will be prosecuted.
So it was an issue of security majorly?
It is mainly about security and safety. It is about security and safety. It is becoming a problem in our major cities. People 6 a.m., we get the calls. We will have an emergency control center where people actually calls in on a daily basis. Attacks, people going to work through Okada, they have been harassed. So we cannot, the data was overwhelming for us. We must act, and that's exactly what we did.